we go with the women 200 meters competition. Here Anita from Nigeria, Victoria from Kazakhstan, Jalika
lane 4 representing Republic of Gambia, Jalika Bajinka
from Gambia.
في الحالة الخامسة ممثلة مملكة البحرين
Salwa from Bahrain.
representing Kingdom of Bahrain, Salwa Nasser.
في الحالة السادسة
حاج ساران
Lane 6 representing Republic of Guinea, Haja Saran
from Guinea.
في الحالة السابعة ممثلة جمهورية أذربيجان
Lamia from Azerbaijan.
Republic of Azerbaijan, Lamia Valieva.
سباق 200 متر السباق الأول للسيدة.
This is the women's 200 meter.
So this will be women 200 meters round 1 hit to 1 who will reach to the final. We will see. Let's go. Here we go with the 200 meters for women here. And who is in the first? Here we go. Inijan is in the first place. Anita from Nigeria has gotten the first place here. Here was the result for the first round. Anita from Nigeria.
Those attempts have been scratched. Right, now let's turn our attention to the women's 200-meter final. 2 runners from Nigeria, 2 from Bahrain. The quickest time belonging to Odiong, Edidi Odiong of Bahrain in terms of personal bests. And also Salwa Nasser, a quick time for her as well. So you'd expect one of the Bahraini girls to cross the line first, certainly based on personal best times. But that's not always how it pans out. So Bahrain in lane 2, Bahrain in lane 7, Nigeria in lane 1, and Nigeria in lane 6.
2025 مليئة بالتفاعل والذكريات الجميلة لكل الأعمار.
Thompson Omokwe, who we saw just a little bit earlier tonight, getting a medal around her neck for the 4x100 meter relay final.
For the women's 200 meter final.
في الحارة الأولى ممثلة جمهورية نيجيريا الاتحادية.
Lane 1 representing
So she goes.
Nigeria, Maria
Omokwe, Maria Omokwe in lane 1.
وفي الحارة الثانية ممثلة مملكة البحرين.
Favourite,
Lane 2
Salwa Nasser of Bahrain goes in lane 2. She too has already picked up a medal this evening for the relay.
Lane 3 representing
Azerbaijan
Republic of
and
Azerbaijan,
Valieva go in lane 3.
في الحارة الرابعة ممثلة جمهورية غامبيا.
Lane
From
4
the Gambia.
representing Republic of Gambia.
Isatou Sey, she goes in lane 4.
في الحارة الخامسة ممثلة جمهورية الكاميرون.
From Cameroon,
5
Tonjok,
representing Republic
Polly
of
Tonjok.
Cameroon.
She goes in lane 5.
Tonjok.
في الحارة السادسة ممثلة جمهورية
In
نيجيريا
lane
الاتحادية.
6, Anita
Lane
Enaruna,
6
the
representing
second of the Nigerians.
Republic of Nigeria, Anita, Itohan, Enaruna.
في الحارة السابعة ممثلة مملكة البحرين.
In lane 7, it's the second of the Bahrainis, Edidi Odiong. Keep an eye on her in this race.
في الحارة الثامنة ممثلة مملكة
And
المغرب.
in lane 8, it's the Moroccan Sarah El Hashimi.
Sarah El Hashimi.
سباق 200 متر نهائي لفئة السيدات.
This is the women's 200-meter final.
So the women's 200-meter final is about to get underway here at the Prince Faisal bin Fahad Stadium in Riyadh.
On your marks. Set.
And they're away.
ينطلق سباق
The final of the women's 200 meters. Who will come off the bend first? Odiong in lane 7 is going very strong indeed, the Bahraini. As she heads down the back straight, it's going to be Odiong of Bahrain. Odiong of Bahrain comfortably across the line from her colleague, I think, Salwa Nasser in lane 2. I think she's picked up the silver. A big hug between those two. Nasser came very strong in the final 30 yards. And I think it may be a Bahraini 1-2. As far as third place is concerned, I think it was Koli Tonjok of Cameroon who came home in third, but there were 2 or 3 that were bunched close together. There's confirmation. The favourite, Edidi Odiong, 22.29 for her. She takes gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest.
And you knew as she come round that bend,
let me tell you about
putting distance between herself and the others, you knew as soon as she got onto the straight, she would just light it up. And that's exactly what Edidi Odiong did.
Values known across the world and passed down from
Across the line
generation to
comfortably
generation.
from the rest. Salwa Nasser was pushed all the way.
Perfect company for the Riyadh 2025
And there's
athletes. He's also artistic, loves
a hug for the third place finisher, Kolietami Tonjok of Cameroon. So Odiong in 22.99, Salwa Nasser crossed the line in 23.52.
Memorable for all ages.
There's the 3 medalists, and Kolietami Tonjok
نهائي 200 متر.
She did a time of 23.60, I beg your pardon. Yes, 23.60 for Itohan Tonjok.
Take a look at the screen for the results of the women's 200-meter final.
So, gold and silver to Bahrain, bronze to Cameroon. And there's confirmation of the times.
What unfolded in the opening heat of the women's 200 meters of the Islamic Solidarity Games was far more than a routine qualification race. On paper, this heat looked predictable, a controlled jog for the favorites, energy saved for later rounds. But once the gun fired, it became clear that this race would tell a much deeper story about intent, confidence, and competitive psychology. From the very first strides, the tone was set by Anita Itohan, Enaruna of Nigeria. Unlike athletes who prefer to feel their way into a championship, Enaruna attacked the curve with purpose and authority. Her acceleration through the bend was decisive, technically sharp, and emotionally charged. Within the first 80 meters, she had already established a visible gap, instantly shifting the dynamic of the race. This was not reckless aggression. It was calculated dominance. Early rounds often invite conservative strategies, but Enaruna's approach sent a clear message: control the race, eliminate uncertainty, and impose pressure on everyone behind. Her upright posture coming off the curve and relaxed mechanics down the straight reflected an athlete fully aware of her form and her status in this field. Behind her, however, the real drama was unfolding. The battle for second and third became a test of timing, composure, and decision-making under pressure. Athletes with contrasting styles collided, some relying on late speed, others on maintaining rhythm through the bend. Margins shrank with every step, and the finish line arrived with no room for error. What initially seemed like a formality transformed into a nerve-wracking sprint for survival. Enaruna crossed the line in 23.36, a time that was more than enough for victory in qualification, but also significant in its context. It wasn't just fast, it was controlled. She didn't need to empty the tank, yet she demonstrated superiority. For the rest of the field, that time served as both a benchmark and a warning heading into the semifinals. This heat perfectly illustrated why the 200 meters is such a complex event. It demands speed, endurance, tactical awareness, and mental strength, even in the earliest rounds. One decisive performance can reshape the psychological landscape of an entire competition. If this opening heat was merely a preview, then the later rounds promise fireworks. And after what we've just witnessed, one thing is certain. This women's 200 meters is anything but predictable.